What fear makes. This is the first time that spring brought forth the kind we thought have left us in peace. It is also the first time that a lot of bikeses were found. It could mean that the mercenaries are on their way together to some place, to do what they do best. Unfortunately, spring came on their path and they were swept away to here. Their presence should be a warning to us, for it means that they are near us. We have a strong army of Malservius, but it may not be enough to resist a prepared army of Sumiks and Bikeses. We may need help from other kinds to resist them, but our isolation from the world for years may be a disadvantage to gain their trust, except, if they too, need us, Ginkgo, the elder Mal remarked. The Warums, the Geradians, we can seek their help. We can join together, Haka, another Mal elder proposed. No, we should not make hasty assumptions and act without basis at this time. Seeking the help of other kinds is not an assurance of our safety at this very moment. Our lives can be compromised if we let other kinds know about us and find this place that we live. Any harmless kind that were lost in our woods and caught by our guards or brought forth alive by spring were sent back to where they came from. Those who tried to seek us never succeeded, for our guards were good in protecting our boundaries. They may remember us, yes, but will they help us in a war is uncertain, for never since time that we allowed them to be with us. The Warums? I don't see how they can help and fight for us. They are much better entertainers than warriors. And the Geradians? Don't you remember what they did then? We cannot trust them. The words of Miro made the Mal elders quiet. They knew that what he said was true, for the Malservius reported to the elders the important events that happened around them each time. We must find out if indeed your thoughts are true, Ginkgo. If they are indeed near, let us think of other ways. Ichud, send more soldiers to the north and to our fortresses in the east and the west. Send scouts and ask our kinds and twos if the army of Bikeses and Sumiks are moving here. We should know what is happening around us and report back as soon as you can. He then looked back at Ginkgo. Ginkgo, in case you are right, you must send more Mals at the forest to cut good lumbers for our weapons. We are running out of them. Their wives and daughters have to make good vests for us too. We can fight. The Malservius can train us. Ginkgo glanced at a young voice beside him. It was his son, Habas. His eyes widened with surprise, and so were the other elder Mals, including Haka. The Malservius stared at Habas, who himself was surprised with his own words. Of course, by all means, Mals can fight, and we can train you, but not yet this time. Let us first wait for Ichub's report. Mals may not need to waste time training for nothing. It is hard on me to try to teach you how to end a life that is against your faith. I would prefer that this responsibility be with us alone. Miro saw the elders' eyes in agreement as they stared back at Habas, who bowed his head. He knew he was wrong, and such words he uttered were very much against what they believed in and lived for. Before anything else, there is one more thing that I would like the elders of this chamber should discuss. It is about the Sumik that grew up here. We agreed that when he is able to take care of himself, we should let him go. I think this is the right time. If indeed your thoughts, Ginkgo, are true that the Sumiks and the Bikeses are near and that Sumik found out what he is, we can be in danger, for he knows everything here. We must send him away now, to the Redfs where he thinks he belongs. But I admire you, Ginkgo, and the rest of the Mals for keeping within yourselves of his real identity, and for the way you raised him up. There were many times that I was tempted to end his life to avenge the death of the Mals and now the Malservius in the hands of his kind, but I never did it, for since this chamber decides for what is good for us. This chamber, however, also agreed that he should go when the right time comes, and I believe that time has come. The elder Mals knew their agreement, and not one uttered a word. They waited and looked at Ginkgo, who they gravely respected as their leader. Ginkgo knew his heart was saying no, seeing Leonardo grew up with them, and his very own skepticism before against Leonardo was replaced by confidence when the Sumik became part of them. A part of his mind would like to reason that Leonardo stayed, but the rest told him otherwise. Mals fulfilled what they agreed on. I will talk to Marcello myself and tell him the decision that you've made. The Malservius can escort him, Ginkgo. But if he resists, we must do what is necessary. I know this is difficult for the Mals who became a part of him, but we must do it.